Hello, welcome. If you're new here, please subscribe, click the notification bell, thumb up the video, share everywhere, including your YouTube community tab. Please and thank you. So this is Tabitha. This is season 1, episode 10, where she's in her basement with the pickaxe, picking away. She's hammering away. So we just saw the ground start to cave in from her using the pickaxe. She steps back. So she goes to the side of the wall as the ground continues to collapsing. She immediately, from being on the side of the wall, she's trying to lean backwards. She can't because the floor is gone. She's falling forward. Boom. The bottom part of her torso is now being exposed to the hole. She's dangling. And so now we see a shot right here. So notice that she's dangling on the ladder. The ladder is moving. She's hanging. As she's hanging, you can see that the bottom part of the ladder is not connected with the ground. See? The bottom part of the ladder is not connected to the ground. I'm going to play it one more time. So she's dangling. The bottom part of the ladder is not connected to the ground. So on the Invaluable website, I found 1800s underground mine ladders. It says this is a lot of 3 rough wooden ladders, probably built on site for an underground mining operation in Utah in the late 1800s. And possibly the Mammoth Mine. Underground mine ladders. They had a picture of 3 of them. And I compared that to what was in the previous shot and determined that was probably a mining ladder. And we also see it in season 1, episode 7. This is what Tabitha was using to get in and out of the hole because it had got so deep. So mining ladder here matches the mining ladder that I found in the last video. The only issue I had was that this mining ladder and also this mining ladder are designed to be propped up against a wall. When the ground collapses, the ladder is not in a position where the ladder would fall to. Because if Tabitha goes up against this wall like she did in season 1, episode 10, as the ground is collapsing, the ladder more than likely is going to fall too. But let's just say that the ladder doesn't fall and it stays on this side like it's positioned. If Tabitha is on the wall and she leans forward because the ground has collapsed from under her and she jumps to the ladder, she's not going to be able to hang from it with the ladder being suspended in the air like it is in the shot. I'm gonna go back to the shot just in case you want to see it again. So this is after the floor has collapsed with the pickaxe. Collapsing. Tabitha's on the wall. She's bracing because there's no ground left. Nothing she can do. She leans forward and falls, hands extended in front of her, or somewhat extended. She grabs onto something. Dangling. So right here, as you can see, she is not supported by the ground. Lower torso is below. The ladder is not on anything, and it seems like the ladder is not even on the wall at all. So to have a mining ladder like Tabitha has been shown using, where it's against the wall at like a 45-degree angle, and then for her to dangle from it to where it's supporting her weight, and then as she drops, it doesn't drop with her, to me would mean that this ladder that's not against the wall, not even at a 45-degree angle like this is, and able to support her weight, this ladder and this ladder, they could be the same. Maybe it's a production thing where and maybe the art department or something fastened the ladder up against the wall to justify the scene. Maybe, more than likely, but in universe explanation as far as from, there wouldn't be a reason why you'd have this ladder that's not supported on anything as far as the base, being able to support Tabitha's weight as she's hanging from it, and then as she falls, it still stays stationary. So she falls, feet are dangling, she's hanging on to something. Next shot, she's hanging from the ladder, and she's like hanging there for like a few seconds. And then as she drops down, the ladder doesn't come with her. It's possible maybe the ladder was like stuck on something, and maybe it fell after the shot was over with, because when Tabitha is on the floor of the cave, she gets up and she starts touching the wires, and no ladder falls on her. That's a pretty big ladder for it to, let's say if it did fall, for it to fall and not have any part of it on her at all. So here's the scene where Tabitha just fell on the ground of the cave. No ladder, a lot of dust and debris, no ladder, turning over, no ladder in sight. So we do see the lamp that she was using. We do see some of the concrete. We do see that, but no ladder. Now she's moving out of the way, no ladder. In the previous video, I was saying that the ladder was to the right of the cord and was like right here. But based off of the way this hole looks, even if I'm wrong and it's not right there, we don't see the ladder anywhere in view. So maybe it could be over here out of view. To me, it just seems like, okay, if there's no hidden compartment, no tunnel up there, and this is from the hole where Tabitha was digging, that the ladder should be on the ground with her, on top of her or something. Like the ladder wouldn't have had any way to really support her, because the ladder was not having its base supported on any type of structure. It was dangling, and she was dangling from it for like a few seconds. So I'm gonna go through the ladder thing one more time and we'll move on to something else. Hanging, she's hanging on it, hanging. And now we see the ladder is supporting her weight for a few seconds, supporting her, then she drops down. I want you to be able to see the base of the ladder is not on anything. It's almost like a blink and you miss it. There's nothing that the ladder is against as far as the base of it. The ladder is not on anything as far as the bottom of it. She's dangling. All right, right here. So this is the frame where the camera pans over and shows the ladder dangling. That was at least like half a second. And now she falls. Yep, dangling. And then she falls. So I'm going to close the case on that. It could be the same ladder or the same type of ladder. But she clearly, from the frames I saw, she's hanging on the ladder for a few seconds. She drops down, the ladder stays in place. No way that this situation could match this situation when the floor collapsed. All right, next is Google. Google says that from Colony House to the Matthews house is 350 meters or a 5-minute walk. So if Jim is running that, he could make it there in 1 minute. I can accept that. When I say that you can't trust Google, what I should have really said is that one person's walk or run is different than another person's. I'm not really going to split hairs on that. We'll just say that Jim could run that distance, 350 meters, with him having the adrenaline pumping, him being scared and afraid, running at full speed. I'm going to say, you know what? He could have done the run in a minute. So you got me there. Next is the idea that all the stuff that was in the hole that Jim's going to stand on top of, some of it came from the floor in the TV room or living room. Some came from the actual furniture in the living room. I could see that too. It's certainly possible that when the ground collapsed under Tabitha, when the floor from the living room caved in, maybe some of the furniture caved in as well, and that's what filled the hole up. It's very much possible the stuff had to come from somewhere, and it does sound more logical it coming from the living room when it collapsed. And the camera even goes and pans over and shows that everything has come from the living room, including the furniture, to go down there and fill the hole up. So for the lumber from the top part of the basement, parts of the living room to cave in directly over the hole and even include some of the furniture there. Let's say it filled the entire hole up that's in the basement all the way to the floor where the cave is. There was enough furniture and lumber to fill the hole and be in the cave to where it actually filled up and not make a pile on the bottom of the cave where it could fill up the entire hole where Jim could stand on it. That just seems like a lot of lumber and a lot of furniture to fill up the base of the cave, because the cave is not really narrow down there. It's a big room. When the stuff goes down there, it should pile up and just stay down there. So the reason why I didn't really consider that all of the stuff in the top of the basement, maybe even the furniture from the living room, could fill this entire space up was just because it just seemed like all of it would go through the hole, go into the cave, and just start spreading out on the floor of the cave, and Jim wouldn't be able to stand on it with it to support his weight. Let's just say that it can. Let's just say that it's enough lumber and enough furniture to where even though it goes to the cave and was spread out in a pile to go all the way up to the hole and fill it up for Jim to stand on and support his weight. I would say that supernatural forces, and just hear me out, this is probably a yoga stretch, but I would say that some type of supernatural force made the living room cave in directly over the hole, made sure that all the lumber, all the furniture and everything not only went to the base of the cave, but stayed together in a pile in a type of form where it wouldn't just spread out through the base of the cave, but it would fill up this hole and prevent Jim from going down into the cave, because Jim thinks that Tabitha is underneath all this rubble. I would think that some type of supernatural force would make it to where all of this wouldn't just spread out in the cave where the cave painting is, for it to fill the hole and for Jim to stand on this base. So I still think that the man in the yellow suit caused all of this carnage, including the house collapsing in to hide not only what is in the cave, but I'm thinking the hole itself. What led me to believe that it's possible that the floor that collapsed when Tabitha was hitting it with a pickaxe, that the floor was like a rush job, or somebody was doing that to hide some type of passageway or secret passageway into the home, was from Victor's picture. So I still believe, as far as this theory, that the reason why there's fake wires, fake outlets, is because the house is fake itself. It's a trap. And there are secret passageways for either entities, humans in some type of ritual robe, or whatever, to come in and snatch people up. And Victor witnessed it during the time when he was a young boy, and he drew the picture to remember, and I'm going to believe his picture. I really enjoy the feedback. I enjoy doing videos like this where I can address stuff. There has even been a comment that it may be a continuity issue. It may be. It may be a continuity issue, maybe editing issue, maybe stuff should have been cut out or filmed or shot a different way. I can accept that. To me, it's in universe. I'm using what I can as far as the theory. If it's a continuity issue, production issue, and they made a mistake, cool. And I wasn't trying to shame anyone or bust anyone out or make anyone feel bad by putting anything on the community tab. I was trying to give credit, because when it comes to like theories that people put in the comment section, I try not to use any information from that in my theories, because I want you all to have your own theory and your credit for it by having it in the comment section. And people are more inclined to listen to my video versus going to read all the comments to see, oh, you came up with this idea and it wasn't from Spade Parkland. So I wasn't trying to bust anybody out by putting anything on the community tab. I love the constructive feedback. It keeps me on my toes, and it gives me ideas for content. So speaking of giving people credit, let me know if you all do not want to be on the community tab or put in a video. Let me know and I'll keep you from that. So right now we have a super thanks from Ange Peach 6711. Thank you for the super thanks. I appreciate it. You were fantastic and amazing. Next, we have Amanda Kenny 4997 with the super thanks. I appreciate it. You are 1 in a million. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And also salute to all channel members. Thank you for keeping the lights on and support the channel and support the page. I appreciate it.
You're out here doing the damn thing. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so let me know if you all like videos like this where I kind of like address the comment section or at least respond to it. If so, I'll do more of these. If not, I'll hold off. And of course, I'm going to go to the analytics to see if a lot more of you respond to this as far as people who are subscribed and unsubscribed. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, share your social media, subscribe, click the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace.